Hi, I'm Evan and welcome to my fish room. Today's video will be my top 5 beginner plants. These are very hardy plants that I've had zero problem growing and propagating. They grow easy for me and they should grow easy for you. So further rambling on, let's get into it. My 5th favorite plant is Hornwort. It's a floating plant. You can use weights to hold it down. But where the weight attaches will rot out and will eventually float back to the top. One downside, if you starve it out and it's not getting enough nitrate, all the little, let's call it bristles here, will turn brown and fall off. And they can make a mess in your tank. But that has only happened to me once. And it was a very, very heavy planted tank. My 4th favorite plant is water lettuce. This is the roots. They grow long. I've seen them get about 4 inches long. But they grow down, they provide lots of cover for if you have fish that like to hang out in that, such as bettas, killifish, fry, any fish fry. Lots of fish fry like to hang out in that kind of stuff. And this is what it looks like from the top. I have gotten it to flower before. It has little white flowers coming out of the center on occasion. The only downside on this plant is that it will make feeding harder. You can use feeding rings to combat that, or take a piece of airline and use an airline connector. But it's excellent for removing nitrates. Keeps your water nice and clean. And the Cardinal Tetra seem to be appreciating it. 3rd favorite plant is Guppy Grass. Has star-like leaves. It can be as a floating plant, but it'll also root out. See right down there where it's starting to grow into the substrate. If you can get that to happen, you could keep it trimmed short. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. But it'll also float and provide cover for fish and fry. If you let it go too long though, it'll take over your entire aquarium. Shrimp seem to love it, and you can make a few dollars off it, as it's excellent for breeding fish and shrimps. Hi, if you're enjoying my video, please like, subscribe, comment, and check out my other videos. I plan to be doing weekly videos from now on, and it would mean a lot to me if you guys would subscribe. Thanks again for watching. My 2nd favorite plant I currently have is Dwarf Sagittaria. This is a 10-gallon. And it has grown to the top of it. So in a small tank like this, you could easily use it as a background plant. Or you can also trim it and keep it short and use it as a foreground plant. It's very hardy and very cheap, and it spreads out by runner. So you get one plant and eventually it'll be many plants. And there's my little betta hanging out, asking for food. My favorite plant is Crypticorn. This is a Wendetti species, and you can see it's grown quite tall in a 55. Pan across here. Another big clump of it over in this corner. It is a substrate rooted plant and fairly heavy root feeder. But if you have a decent fish load, you don't have to provide it much. Just starting out, you definitely want to put some root tabs or whatever. As I said, this is a Wendetti species that you're seeing in this tank, and it grows, fairly tall. It'll stretch for the light to compete. Here's that same species growing in sand. Here it's not quite getting as tall, but that grew from a seedling, so. And over here is a shorter species. I believe it's called a parva variation. Para? I may be wrong on that. But just know there's many different species of crypticorns, and they all basically grow the same way from what I'm understanding. They'll have nice textures to the leaves. You can get some that turn brown. There's Crypt Flamingo, which is a rare species that I want, but... So thanks for watching. That was my top 5 beginner plants that have grown very well for me in my aquariums and my water and my fish room. Please like and subscribe to see future videos. Thanks again for watching. I greatly appreciate it.